Hello everybody, it's Hulk Builds, and today I will be showing you one of my biggest MOCs yet. This took me about 4 days, and every single day I spent about 4 hours making this, so please make sure you watch most of the video because it's going to be quite an interesting one, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. The first part of the MOC we will take a look at is the less interesting side, which has all the droids. This side I didn't spend too much time on since the other side of the MOC is more detailed and colorful. And I kind of want to make it dark and kind of boring to kind of represent the Separatist army. In front of all these droids we have General Grievous, which was originally going to be a Sith, but I put Grievous in there just to make it seem a little bit more canon, because I don't think a Sith would ever fight these kind of battles. To the left of this side of the MOC, we have the AAT, the Armored Assault Tank, which I think is actually a decent set. I just don't have anything, any ships or anything to put for a Separatist that aren't too big. To the right of this MOC, we have a little bit of ruins, which I have fun building, and this was just leftover pieces I kind of just threw on this side with some rock work and stuff. So this was the first part of the MOC that I started building on, and I thought I wouldn't have enough pieces for the other side, so I really limited amount of pieces I used on this side of the MOC, but I could have made it a little bit more colorful. I actually had some pieces left over to do that. Now before we get into the fun and colorful stuff, I do have to show you this river I made, which was very hard to make because I lost all my 4x2s. I don't know where all they are. But they're also tan, by the way, which makes a lot of sense when making the sides of the river, but I think it turned out pretty good for losing those pieces. Next we will take a look at this midsection here, which is full of green stuff and plants. A lot of this is just building up to the actual clone base itself, but it was fun to build. This is the part where I used the most green bricks, which was very fun. I've never really tried grass before until this MOC, but it turned out pretty nice. There are some random rock formations which I had fun with. I didn't want to make a full mountain here. I just wanted to put some that are just scattered upon this whole area. I put a lot of detail in this part of the MOC just because I knew I wasn't going to put any minifigures there, and it was just to kind of fill in the gap between the two sides of the battle. Moving up this little slope, we see a bunch of minifigures with Anakin in the front. This Anakin is actually a custom because my only Anakin I have has a headset on the face, which won't make any sense and just kind of ruin the whole vibe of the MOC. Behind Anakin is his Padawan Ahsoka, which is not a really accurate depiction of her in this MOC, but it doesn't really matter. This is not supposed to be extremely canon, but right by Ahsoka are a bunch of 501st troopers, including a one with his arm cut off. I actually do this quite often, have the arm cut off of a stormtrooper, it's supposed to be a battle, I actually used all my 501st troopers in this MOC, fun fact. Throughout the MOC, there are 4 different Jedi. There's Anakin and Ahsoka, which I already showed you, and then a random sort of Padawan Jedi, which I kind of just threw in to fill in the gap of my lack of 501st troopers. Behind this random Jedi are a bunch of trees, which aren't actually all made of Lego. Please don't tell anybody. But they're pretty accurate to actual Lego, but they do work very well. But I still wasn't able to fill the whole entire MOC full of trees. I am still working on getting some more tree pieces and everything, just to make my MOCs better. I do want you guys to notice that there is one 501st trooper holding a very interesting gun. Now, this gun is actually from a real Lego design. If you ever watch my live streams on my second channel, I'll link it in the description, you know I really like this gun. Moving on to this other side of the MOC, we have Ayla Secura, I think that's how you say her name, and right by her is a custom speeder which I made a few months ago, because usually the size of a normal 501st speeder wouldn't fit in a MOC. Maybe this size, but not quite. Now we will move on to the actual clone base itself. The base turned out surprisingly good, and I'm not very good clone base builder. I've never really built anything this big. I built smaller MOCs of clone bases, but this is probably the best one I've ever made. On top of here, we have 2 clones of 501st and just a normal Phase 2 clone trooper, which I'm very proud of that minifigure. These rails right here are actually from this set. I forgot what it was called, but I'll put it on the screen. And I really wanted to use it on MOC, but I never made a MOC big enough to put them in. Coming out of this entrance is a Wookiee Jedi, which I believe there are 4, but I don't remember any from the Clone Wars, but I just kind of put them in because I didn't have any other Jedi that came around in the Clone Wars. Originally, this little dugout hole thing was going to have a speeder coming out of it, but none of my speeders ended up fitting in there. I probably should have tested that before, so I just kind of filled it in with some minifigures. In the way top of this clone base, we have a flying jet trooper, which I've wanted to be doing for a long time, but I never had that clear piece. Well, I did, but I just couldn't find it. But then I finally found it just in time to make this MOC, and I'm very happy about that part. Now moving inside of the clone base, which I'm very excited to show you. It's not super detailed, but I didn't want to use like all my tiles in there, because I did get some extra tiles for Christmas, and I really wanted to use them. And I think the inside looks great, very clean, and a little bit just, nothing in there, not super detailed, but it's not supposed to be shown as much. Wow, that was quite the video. It took me super long to edit everything and just get everything right, build the MOC. This was a very hard video to make, and I am kind of relieved that I got it done now, but very happy with what the video turned out to be. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching. There's going to be a cinematic version of this where it's just like a slideshow of everything coming out around 10 minutes after this video, so make sure to be looking forward to that. But I didn't really have an intro planned for this since I already kind of did it, or outro, that's what I meant. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. As always, may the Force be with you.